Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much for sticking with us here and hanging in there. I know that we had the stream pop out, unfortunately. I can't really do anything about thunderstorms. I can't do anything about Mother Nature, so I deeply apologize in advance, but it was the only way we're going to be able to get this thing back up and running. So we thankfully got it up and running. We're back ready to go. We're currently just trying to get back with the session, get back with the drivers here so we can get you guys back on the show here. So I deeply, deeply apologize for this. I don't like doing this to you guys, and I don't like having this happen, but it's just something we can't work around, so. Alright, so we'll get fielded back in real quick. I think we are good to go on our end here. Yeah, we're back. Oh my, oh wait, hold on a minute, what on earth? Well, when I said I was coming back onto the broadcast, I wasn't expecting this. Holy cow. Massive, massive situation going on down here off the corners. We literally just came back on, and this had happened. What on earth? So it looks like there was another restart here. And EJ Ork, I'm not sure where, when, what went wrong. So I can tell you everything went wrong at that point. Oh, man. And Granny Coaching getting a massive pileup down there. A lot of drivers getting tangled up in that one. They got, oh, it was a horrible, horrible wreck here. One more look at it here. Take it to the blimp cam here. Came off the corner, slightly got loose. Good save there by Dalton to stay out of the way. Kelly didn't even touch him. You can see everybody else just looking on. Scott Simley, yep, Simley, Coaching, DeForge, Van Schaik. I can see all them down there. And Ork right now cannot be a happy camper. I don't even think he realizes how major that was of a situation for him and his team. So again, I do apologize in advance to those that are just now tuning in here. We had a thunderstorm come through my studio here, and unfortunately it knocked out everything on the power and on the broadcast for the first stream. So we had to basically just kind of reworked everything in, put it back on the track, and this is now what we're stuck with here. So we only lost a few laps, it looks like, so thankfully not too bad. I do appreciate everyone at least being able to work with us here. So the field right now getting ready to reel back down and ready to fire out again. Dyer Dahlin, Mike Kelly, Joe Hudson, Jeff Ramsdale, Tommy Ryan, Anthony M. Calatani, your top six. EJ O'Rourke, unfortunately, setting himself to the shadow realm as the rest of the field and the driver is trying to get away from the damage suffered as well in that wreck. Brian V. Macklin was involved in a wreck earlier. Unfortunately, though, we did miss the issue and the situation. Dakota Kramer, we knew was kind of losing control and got strapped out earlier on. Jerry Livingston, Christoph Hall out of this race. Well, Jimmy North, and looks like Randy coaching as well. We'll be able to continue on. Van Schaik, Pencil Scott, Simley, O'Rourke, and Ford right now trying to get the trucks cleaned up a little bit. Looks like Schaik, despite all the damage he suffered, still going to try to race it out a little bit. He has not lost his lap yet, so he's still on the lead lap. But he's certainly going to have his hands full dealing with these guys up to the front if he even gets anywhere near them. And out of the green side here yet again, we're back underway. Running them right through the gap. Dalton with a big run and a big jump right out of position. Field collapsing their way right around off the distance into the corners here. Just trying to get some momentum carried through. Every driver for themselves here as the pit stops have made for quite an interesting strategy there. Jeff Ramsdale coming through turn 4. A little side skirt on the wall protection and the outside wall taking a little bit of some spark or so. Jeff Ryan kind of mixing it up a little bit right in that gap and that position well with the field. Jar's trying to hang on. Ramsdale back up near the wall once more. He's struggling right now to keep it under control, especially feeling the pressure kind of added on to him here. The DuPont will not give out just so easily. The Valvoline Faith 35 watching on. Steve Redder of the 87. Even close tabs and everything going on too. Right now, look out below. Joe Hudson. The number 15 a little bit wide coming through 4 and got it loose, and then it all of a sudden collapses off the bottom. Trying to stay out of the way of the drivers, let them race it out. Tommy Ryan trying to get up there to Mike Kelly as Tyler Dalton yet again already starting to run away from the field and starting to gap him down a little. That's one of the toughest parts about being a driver, is just knowing you have got so much momentum and so much to go for and bring to the table, only to absolutely get tormented down off the eggs and off the playing field. Field straps out on the back here, nearly 3 wide off. You can see a little bit of that gap shooting from Ron Holyfield and Bud Shearer. But Cody Sturgill looking on from behind, trying to collapse the field up a little more to his liking. Russell Ottaway in the Sweetwater 89 also having a little bit of a gap drove down a little more. He's still hanging in there. The biggest thing I think right now too is that he's currently, after all the troubles and all the situations he's dealt with earlier, I think really the biggest thing for him now is just to be smooth and come under control and hope that the rest kind of works its way in. Never be too sure anymore. The Alpha Men podcast right now of 75's Alan Wild going head to head against that number 01 of Johnny Walker. With all drivers just pushing their limits and pushing everything to the table. David Pencil Scott kind of chipped up away down off the X and down off the position here. We're down to only a mere 48 laps left. We'll be nearing the 40 some odd laps left to go here in just a second as well. 42, actually 42 laps left to go, I should say, not 48. I cannot count today. I'm sorry, guys. I think that thunderstorm might have actually struck in my head a little bit. You could say it left me a little thunderstruck. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Back on board the Johnny Walker Whiskey number 01 of Sturgill as he continues to try to put the NVIDIA 93 Assure online. NVIDIA there, not looking to give out position, not looking to give up any runs. Every position mattering, every controlled substance and corner off for these drivers. They just know it's a long way to the top. It's a long way to the front. But right now, the way this is looking, it looks like it won't be any easier for any driver to try to knock down the guy that just simply will not get knocked down. Tyler Dahl, no matter how you look at this season, from his first unfortunate issues there, the first couple races, to his first win he had in the Cup Series, back with literally Daytona International Speedway. It's pretty much just been whatever goes his way and floats his boat. He'll just use to his advantage and run this thing into the ground. And we'll ask questions later, really. Calatani and Coleman looking at that top 5 spot, looking for the 4th place position. Neither driver wanting to lose it out, but it's gonna be Coleman putting the fight to Calatani. Talking Giants is now versus the world, and it's right now the world setting on the shoulders with the 5, currently trying to push him off to the distance. We're down to a mere 30 laps left to go. See the gap too again. That's Kelly right in front of both of them for the 3rd spot. We're up ahead there. You see Tommy Ryan and Tyler Dalton. He's somewhere farther ahead of all of them. There he is. They're on the very far left of your screen. Ryan is keeping pace with them a little bit. He's actually closed the gap off them by quite a bit of a margin here. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. Dalton's not exactly invulnerable, but he's definitely impalpable sometimes. Down around the gaps, shooting to the inside. Every driver for themselves. Sturgill getting way up into the binders there. That outside groove is not somewhere you want to be in turn 1 and 2. It's a bumpy little road circus over there. Right down to the track side. Ryan D. Cook, the 10, also starting to stay a little bit more towards the middle to the bottom line. And his biggest problem right now, the way I'm looking here, has been just consistency with the tracks, consistency where he races at. I think it's really been his biggest dilemma that he's been facing constantly inside himself and inside of the track. And I think if he can start to really tone that up, build confidence, I think he'll come away with a win later this season eventually. Number 25 of Jimmy North here right now, keeping the DuPont hopes alive as he went head-to-head there with Richard Crane. Again, Crane on the lead lap to the Old Spice 36. He's had a remarkable season, in my opinion, with some pretty close counters for the win. Sometimes almost racing him out on field strategy, sometimes almost racing him out on tire strategy. By the way, he's always had a little bit of a stake and a little bit of a play there in those kind of runs. UVA at 111.com of Tommy Ryan, that 99 Silverado, has been pushing his limits and his luck to get to Tyler Dalton. But Dalton, you can just see, not letting up. But I don't know how much longer he'll be able to continue on with the way this race has been playing through, the way the right side tires burn up so quick, and again you can see the rear engine kicking out ever so slightly too still, and some corners that they don't break it in properly. Van Schaik now in the way for Ritter and Ramsdell, but he'll get out of the way. He's gonna let a good sportsmanship let this race out. Ritter and Ramsdell still at each other's throats here. 6th position on the line. And right behind them, a whole bunch of them going clipping around there by Schaik. Ryan, Holyfield, and Ottaway getting right up ahead. Lap traffic again down on the bottom. David Pencil Sky and the 31 trying to stay out of the way as they take it 3 wide for just a fleeting moment. Tyler Dalton, by the way, he's trying to put up the turbos, and this is exactly what Tommy Ryan did not want to see, was those turbos being engaged on that 19 camp. Desperate times for desperation maneuvering here. Look at Chad Coleman. Big run coming from the bottom of turn 3, but not enough power to drift up around the 84. Again, even if you are able to find a way to clip around there, you still have to worry about the other driver crossing you back over, and all your speed you had just loosed out. And yes, it does happen quite a bit, I'll say. Coleman back underneath. Calatani just doing a great job blocking with a little dirty air and a little bit of rubber on the tires. He's using it to his advantage, using it very well to his instincts. I think in the full run of it, thing, and the full swing of things too, that's really what's been kind of helping him out. So right now, Ryan's just trying to hope for a little bit of a breather, hope for a little bit of a break. It's hard to really get though when you're kind of in this position and in that pursuit. I also got word from our producers as well. Right now, currently, they are working on uploading the first part of our broadcast today. So if you guys are on YouTube, be sure to look out for that one. If you missed it, we have that one up and running here in just a few short minutes. Speaking of a few short minutes here right now, Coleman and Calatani still at each other here. That is an absolute crazy battle for the 4th place spot. Meanwhile, back behind, just as crazy, Ottaway and Ryan, they're going to go at it here. Jeff Ryan trying to hold and muster the momentum around Ottaway, but Ottaway continuing to keep pressure on almost seamlessly without any issue or any disregard to it. And Jeff Ryan not able to capitalize. Ottaway was able to hold him down. Tyler Dalton is just completely muscled this whole field out. 13 laps remain. There's just certain things you truly can never explain. One of them always is how a driver can be so quick yet so fast, and yet seemingly do it with little to no effort. But that sometimes is just the mystery that we as drivers need to learn to accept and figure out from there. Ron Holyfield trying to put Ramsdell ahead of the corner here. Holyfield, though, again, just can't get a run off on Ramsdell. Ramsdell continues to play it out. Again, this is a driver's track. And these guys are truly pushing themselves to that limit. Coleman, by the way, not giving up, and now he's starting to force Calatani a little bit. That's a very tough little maneuver here. It's not a dangerous maneuver. It's just a very decisive run. You gotta really put themselves in their place and in that spot with this kind of move. Calatani desperately holding Coleman off. Just trying to get more points for him and his team, while at the same time trying to get himself one step closer to maybe make it to the playoffs bracket. And making it through there as well. Side by side yet again, Coleman and Calatani still at each other's game plans here. Lap traffic in the way. Ryan D. Cook needs to be careful here where he makes his move. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Wait just a minute. Yellow flag out on the track. Can't get a full number on who was the one that brought the yellow flag out, but it looks like this could have just completely reversed and changed everything in its grasp and its power for Tyler Dalton. Now, after all that he worked for and he fought for, he now has to try to share the spotlight with that 99 Tommy Ryan. And Dalton making the choice. He'll go to pit road. He's going to commit himself down into the pits here. Everyone else looking to do much of the same, it appears. What happens next? You wonder what will happen next. They'll have about 4 or 5 laps to go, or about 4 or 3 laps to go when they get to the restart zone. Watch Coleman, watch Dalton, watch Hudson. Dalton gets out of there first. Kelly, though, Mike Kelly, look at that. Going right on, but it looks like he didn't beat Coleman out. Coleman will just barely catch him out of pit road. Tommy Ryan gonna get the 4th spot, and Calatani will take the 5th spot away. Tyler Dalton is gonna have his hands full with a who's who of drivers looking to knock him down off that spot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going right up to the end of this one. We will have 3 laps remaining at the restart. Tyler Dalton is your race leader in the Sim 500 number 19 TSN Service Chevrolet Silverado. The Adrenaline Shock Ford F-150 of number 5's Chad Coleman, looking for win number 1 this season, while at the same time trying to just put his name back on the top of the hat, off the list. Kelly, looking for win number 1 as well. Tommy Ryan, his first win of the season. Calatani, looking for a second. His first, coming at Martinsville Speedway, and what could best be described as one of the absolute craziest races we've ever witnessed here on PT Race TV. He was able to sneak away with that one. Steve Ritter has not been to victory lane yet. Neither has Jeff Ramsdell. Cody Sturgill wants to finally get some bad luck shipped up and taken to his line of sight. The time has come. 3 laps remain. And these restarts can make the biggest difference. Here we go, coming off turn number 4, final time today, ladies and gentlemen. The green flag out. Who's it gonna be? Is this indeed the final time, you wonder? The drivers are certainly gonna be trying to shoot through the gaps and shoot through the turns. Ottaway up there and Shear. Oh, that's what I was a little worried about. Ottaway getting a big clip there from Shear. Looking down the bottom though. Chad Coleman gonna put it side by side with Dalton, and he's not giving him room, but they're not gonna give room either down there. Caution's out. Look out down there. Russell Ottaway and Tommy Ryan going for a wild ride, and Ryan's day all but done. And the 99 cannot believe what just happened here. Let's look at the replay. Calatani losing it off the corner there, and you can see right, unfortunately, there Ramsdell just getting clipped out of there. Ryan, honestly, that was honestly not as worst of a hit as I thought. I think he's just unfortunately upset that it ended up playing out the way it did for him. Calatani, though, I think he just I think he got over aggressive here. See if we can see right here. Yeah, there he goes. There he is. There's the spin. That's the first part. Ryan goes into the grass. He tried to save it and then just whacks the wall again. I think he'd have been okay to continue on. But again, you know, that's one of those things as a driver, you don't really think too much about that. You get more annoyed and frustrated about that whole situation, that debacle that comes with it. Here's the other part of it, which was Ottaway spinning on his own. Thankfully, all the other drivers were pretty much away from him at that point of their spin, so that will certainly help out his cause quite a bit. Jack Coleman now knows a green-white checker's in order, but man, was he so close to getting Dalton finally there. He had his finger on the trigger. He was ready to pull the switch and hit the release cord. Whatever you want to say, he just could not get it done. field right now, currently just hoping and praying. Not much else they could do. Here we go. 2 green-white checker attempts here. Tyler Dalton, Chad Coleman, Mike Kelly, Jeff Ramsdell, Steve Ritter, John Holyfield, Joe Hudson, Cody Sturgill, Bud Shearer, Alan Wild, your top 10. Who's who drivers right now currently looking on as they are going to try to hope to stay far and away and clear of any issues here. Pace truck off at corner number 4, this time on around. Our flagman holds the green up high. He says to let them fly. Let the race finish up. Much better restart there for Kelly. Coleman shifted up. Dalton now getting some runoff thanks to Kelly and Coleman going at it. This will signify the end no matter what. White flag in the air. Will they get to it? They got to the white flag. One more lap to go. Coleman trying to get one more run on Dalton. They got a lot of momentum there. Did Kelly slow him down too much there? Look out behind. Everyone trying to scoot out of the mess. Calatani going for one last big run. But as the field comes down through 3 and 4, it will be Tyler Dalton continuing his winning ways. What can you say other than the man just cannot be stopped? Tyler Dalton just will not stop, nor can he be stopped. He's truly looking to cap a perfect season almost and show the world he is truly out to claim it all. Well, as the storm clouds get cleared up around here, at least in the virtual world, maybe not so much for us in the actual real world, here is your race results presented by Race City Sports Memorabilia. Tyler Dalton wins in this one out. Chad Coleman going second. Jeff Ramsdell goes third. Fourth to Mike Kelly. Fifth to Ron Holyfield. Sixth to Steve Ritter. Joe Hudson seventh. Eighth to Bud Shearer. Ninth to Calatani. Cody Sturgill top 10. Rest of your positions and finishers on your screen now. Well, to say the least here, race fans, what a wild day of racing, and now it's time to conclude this one out here tonight. As Dalton blows the motor up out of that bad boy, let's go ahead and listen to your top 3 drivers, starting out with your 3rd place finisher today, piloting the 97, Jeff Ramsdell. Ramsdell, my friend, hard charger as well. You're going 16 today, but not the full-on hard charger of the race. But, man, you made some big moves there in those last 3 laps. What was going through your mind there, sir?
Just trying. I had the freshest tires of the guys in the front there, and just trying to methodically get through there. But they were pretty good on 2 tires. But I'm stoked with this third place. The way practice was going, I didn't have any short run speed, but I had a lot of good long run speed that first stage, and made up a lot of positions there, and just kept the track position and got a good top three out of it.
There you go, top three of it, indeed. Now I know you had a lot of making performances there, and really a lot of hard running with those tires. But I mean, just for the mere fact you were able to even get this thing to control the way you did, I mean, does this kind of add on to the continuation for your top threes to continue on with this more?
Yeah, I was rolling the top there, and these top threes and talking to you gets the confidence going, and go on over to Atlanta Super Speedway and see if luck can go my way, and try to talk to you again.
It will be a wild one over there for sure, but nevertheless, here as you bring it on home for the third today, who do you want to thank you for this position?
Well, I gotta thank my girlfriend for all she does for me, for the support for this. Quaker, uh, David, Scott, they're back in the garage, teammates there. Patrick, Jonathan, all the guys that we race with. It's a good, fun series to race with. I gotta thank you for putting on the broadcast, Charles for putting on the league, and just everybody that supports everything we do.
For sure there, Ramsdale, man, congratulations, bringing home another podium here, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
I said earlier on he was a bit of a silent knight. You gotta be kind of careful of that silent assassins. He certainly was one. This guy, though, he made some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, your second place finisher, Chad Coleman. And Chad, really, I don't even know where to begin with this one here, sir. You had an absolutely wonderful first restart when it was 3 laps to go. You put Dalton right in his place, and it looked like you may have something for him there at the end. And then then another restart comes. And did Mike Kelly there kind of slow you up a bit there coming on that restart? Because it looked like he went right inside and kind of took some of your lineup.
Yeah, Mike got a little better restart on the second one than he did on the first one. He was able to get to my right rear, and we had to race for about a lap. So then the last lap, I was just trying to make up distance. But yeah, I didn't need that caution early, and the original green white checker on the original at the end of the race, not the green white checker, but I didn't need that one because yeah, I was under Tyler right there, and that was probably going to be the best shot I could get, being on the bottom right there going into one.
You've had numerous races this season, bringing home podiums, bringing home second places. I know you've said before you really aren't trying too much to get those wins, but at the same time you still, I know in the back of your mind though as well, I mean it still kind of edges in there. For how difficult it is though just to get to this point, I mean does it kind of be a little bit of a frustration factor kind of set in to the fact you've been this far and yet still coming away without any the trophies today?
Yeah, I mean once we get a little bit more of a gap, I may start taking that risk with getting the set of tires right there on that first stage to keep track position. That's what I keep doing. I keep digging myself a little bit too much of a hole by giving up a lot of track position by not taking those tires at the first stage break, and so it really don't matter if you're better on a long run or not because the tires are going. You're gonna lose track position to the people with tires, and then you got to make it back up. And then once you do, no matter if you're 2 tenths faster than a guy, it's still hard to make it up.
Certainly the case indeed. Whatever, Chad, though, at least keep it a cool head, keep a cool sport about it. Always appreciate you coming on down and having a little podium talk today. Chad, I got to ask you, man, who you want to thank you for the second place finish?
Thank you guys for doing broadcasts. A couple of us usually go back and kind of watch this, see some of the stuff that happened on track. And thanks to all the admins at GOAT. It's Tuesday and the Tuesdays and Thursday series are enjoyable. It's fun to do something different with the staged racing. And thanks to Trey Idson for painting his truck a year or two ago. And yeah, man, that's about it. This is a good race tonight.
Was a good race indeed. Coleman, congratulations bringing home another podium. Good showing from you here today at Iowa Speedway, sir.
Thanks, man.
Chad Coleman, right, gonna bring it home for a solid second. This man, though, just continues the reign of terror, as I'm gonna now refer to it as. Dalton wins it here at Iowa Speedway, and Dalton, you've won on a super speedway, you've won on a short track, you've now won on intermediates, and now you've also won on the fastest short track. Is there any track you don't like running or you literally cannot be toppled a little bit on, you think?
It's funny you ask that. The track that I can't do well at all at Phoenix, so that's gonna make things interesting at the end of the year. But Iowa, I'd consider probably my best short track. So tonight we came in there with some confidence. We ran that Xfinity car there Sunday and ran it really well. And then tonight, honestly, there at the end, felt like we were just sort of in cruise control mode at the end, and then they had a caution with about 10 to go. There were eight to go. Did not want to see that. At that point, I'm thinking, well, left sides look okay. So decided to take two and just hope that I wouldn't have four tires right behind me. And luckily, the guys around me all took two, but it actually drove just as well with two, if not better, on two than it did on four.
So doing better with 2 on than on 4. I mean, for what you had to deal with too, and the pressure that really kind of set in with these corners and these kind of angles and oppositions here. I mean, for you and your team, yet again, really, is there an end goal? Is there like an end day where really you just kind of say, all right, I've got enough of these wins, I'm just really after the championship, or is it really all you want all the wins and then to get to that championship in your mind?
Well, at this point, I'm just going for wins because, like I said, I struggle at Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the year, we've been trying to do some practice there, but that track and me don't get along, so that's going to be tough no matter where we end up if we make it to the final round there at Phoenix. But for now, we just want to go out to try to have fun, try to win some races, try to lead some laps, get some poles. Came up just barely short on the pole tonight, but we were able to do about everything else.
Do everything else, indeed. Well, nevertheless, here, Tyler, man, you've got everything situated and really figured it out. The only thing left is just to ask you, do you want to thank her for this one, sir?
Thank Race City Sports Memorabilia for being the title sponsor of the series. I want to thank GOAT for putting on the series, Charles for all that they do. I want to thank all the 7500 Mafia guys down there. Teammate Ron got a game of top 5. Proud of him. Joe came back to get 7th after having a little incident. Good run for the team. And hopefully we'll come back and get them here in a few days.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, here, Tyler, man, once again, sir, congratulations winning another one out. Let's just see how many more times you can bring this one on home, bud.
Thank you.
I say that because, honestly, we really don't know how many more he will bring home. But we do know one thing's for sure. He will not quit until he takes all of them he's got. So, Phoenix may be far away for a moment, but don't worry. It'll be here before you know it, too. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning on here to the Race City Sports Memorabilia Truck Series. I'll see you guys next time here. Been great to be back here in Iowa Speedway. I love you guys here in the stands. I'll see you guys down in the pit grub for some Busch Lights. I'll see y'all later.